everybody. Today we have a special from Radio Kikis Cafe. I'm here with her and she'll be doing a special numerology analysis today for Donald Trump. Just keep in mind this is an analysis, this is not a personal opinion. It's quite a hot subject, but well, anyway, let's get started.
Well, thank you, Tom, for the introduction. Yes, indeed, I did today, exactly 8 days ago, a special radio program in EXA FM 99.1 here in Mexico. And, I started with the analysis of Mr. Donald Trump, who is really a subject of conversation in many places. And, it's quite interesting to see what's going on because as a numerologist, I can see some issues going on already in that date of birth. And, of course, we will do a comparison later on between him and the date of birth of Mrs. Clinton. But let's get started first with him. So Mr. Trump, he was born in June 14th, 1946. When I see this date of birth, it's quite interesting. It has the 146 and then it has 1946. So it's almost a repetition in numbers. And, the day he was born is a 14, so this is a 5 if we add the digits up. He is quite an impatient person. So his tolerance is a kind of weakness for him. There is impulsiveness in this day of birth. He's somebody who needs to be in action constantly, and possibly he also loves to travel. So when we see the year when Mr. Trump was born, this is 46, it adds up to a 10, and finally it's a 1. So this is a lot of force, strength in this year. And, when we see the complete date of birth, the DOB is 14/6/1946. So we have already 2 number 1s in the DOB. And adding up the year is the hidden number 1. So there is a lot of ego issues. There is a lot of pride in this date of birth. And I think this is already something we have already experienced with Mr. Trump. Let me just say in brackets, this is not a personal opinion I'm giving here, and I think Tom mentioned that earlier, because it is just an analysis, and it's something quite interesting, because sometimes these things, these kind of tools help us to understand why people react in a certain way. So we have also the number 6 twice in this DOB. We have it in the month of June. And then we have it also in the last digit of the whole DOB. This number 6 stands for sensibility, stands for emotion, love, of course, passion too. So he is an emotional person, of course, but he is not like unbalanced, okay? These outbreaks of emotions, anger, if we can call it anger, this comes much more from the number 1, okay? So if we add up the whole DOB, we get a number 4. And the 4 is also twice in this DOB. The number 4 lets me understand that Mr. Trump is definitely somebody who loves to work, and it doesn't scare him to run an extra mile to get his projects, his plans and ideas realized. So financial security is or has been in earlier years definitely an issue for him. So he probably had the idea, okay, I will work hard and get my money and work on my imperium, or whatever you would like to call it. And we know his situation, and I think it's pretty much visible what has happened. So he is a strong, a hard-working person, and probably a very good businessman. But of course, we are analyzing the DOB, we are meeting him, we are learning from him as a candidate for presidency, and we know he is a businessman. So sometimes these things do not fit together, okay? So it's far away from saying if he could be a good politician or not, but definitely he is somebody who knows to work very hard, and that is very helpful for his business, for his professional life. So we have missing numbers in this DOB, and that is quite surprising, because I had earlier conversations here with the team in Kikis Cafe, and they were like, what is happening with this communication subject? So the communication section, well, there is no circle around the 3 and no circle around the 2, and there's no challenge. So he can listen and he can speak. If communicating is getting out of track, that has something to do with the excessive number 1. Okay, and then the number 5, there is a hidden number 5, we said that already. So yes, he can get really angry when he doesn't get what he wants, okay, but that is also an issue many of us have, okay. So we could not say that this is something specific in his DOB. And the other numbers, which are missing numbers here, are the number 8 and the number 7. We have finally a single arrow in the number 9, which means that that he wants to have all his plans and projects realized, but he is also able to redirect his energy. He's not somebody who's just running against the wall. He is able to listen if there is some good advice, and he's also able to incorporate this advice. All right. So emotions, very important. Hardworking, very important. And there's a lot of ego going on. Because when we sum it up, I said it just a couple of seconds ago, we get a number 4 again. How does this number 4 show up? Well, it's a 31 if you add up the whole DOB. And then we have 2 challenges there. This is the hidden challenge for the communication area, and that is the answer to the question my team had earlier. Yes, there is a hidden number 3, and this number 3 means that when he talks, sometimes for sure, and we have been witnessing this, his communications get out of a certain area and could be very heated and a kind of aggressive, of course. And then there is the third number 1, and this is what is happening. So I would say, with this DOB and not having done yet the Feng Shui study, that Mr. Trump should really be careful with colors. There are some easy things you can use when you have this kind of DOB. There are breathing techniques, there are colors you should avoid. For example, I have been observing that he is using a lot of red and orange in his ties, and sometimes he has like a handkerchief also in his jacket. So I would say he should use more cooler colors and not so bright colors, yin colors and not yang colors. But that is something we will see when we do the analysis from the Feng Shui point of view. That's all for today. I hope you enjoy it, and don't miss, please, the second audio, which I will do for the DOB of Mrs. Clinton. Tschüss, 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 and thank you, Tom, for all your assistance in this.